As we noted in the last part of this series, there's nothing about this particular Hebrew word, the one translated variously as slave or servant, which by itself defines a person as property. Now we'll look at these two words, translated as buy and sell. So doesn't these being used of persons define those persons as property? There are only a relatively few passages that contain one of our two key words. In fact, these Hebrew words appear just over 80 times each in the Old Testament, frequently involving human subjects. As with our prior word translated as slave or servant, however, we run into a semantic puzzle. The words clearly could have the connotation of slavery, in the sense that the humans are property, but they also carry other connotations that do not imply slavery. The Hebrew word for buying is used of Eve bearing Cain, and of God's claims on heaven and earth. It is used of the purchase of a field, and of Boaz redeeming Ruth, but also of the acquisition of wisdom. So while it is clear that this word indicates some sort of relationship involving acquisition, it isn't exclusive to what we would call the purchase of property. The same could be said to a lesser extent of the word for sell. This word is more frequently used to refer to what may seem to be slave transactions, but it also is used to refer to betrayals as well as betrothals. The word therefore carries the understanding of a severing of a relationship, but not necessarily by way of ridding oneself of property. The matter has added complexity when we consider what many would no doubt consider a slam-dunk case, the use of the word to describe purchases of land. This seems straightforward until we realize that the Bible specifically attributes ownership of the land to God. The so-called buying of land, therefore, could only be the buying of rights to its use, not true ownership. It's also a little more complicated because we find in pagan records of the period, as one scholar put it, that older children were adopted by reimbursing their parents for the expenses of feeding and raising them. These transactions were recorded as if they were sales. So the question emerges, what exactly is it that is being bought and sold? Is it the person as though they were an object, or something else? That's a question we'll have to look at next time.